Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and I was stopped by the cops tonight. I had a run-in with them, and it was interesting. That's not fun. It's not fun regardless what the reason is. When the police come and they're shining their flashlights on you, trust me, you're gonna feel your blood pressure rise a little bit and your heartbeat just start skipping really fast. But this is not a rant for the record. I'm not trying to get anyone in trouble. I'm not even going to tell you what city I was in because I don't want any police officers from that city to get in trouble. I probably would have done the same thing they were doing if I was in their shoes. I don't know, or you could tell me if that was. So I was hanging out with some friends, and after I hung out with some friends, I was going to my car, and I had parked my car near a church, and the church had a few Pokestops. So it's like, okay, I'm going to get Pokemon Go out, and I'm going to get some items. And there were some rare Pokemon there. There was like Jigglypuff and Snorlax. So I started walking around trying to catch the Pokemon. And, I walked fairly deep in the back of the church. And, I was finally got like a Snorlax in my sight. I've been waiting to catch a Snorlax for a while. And I started standing there and I was, playing the game. When like this huge light was around me, and I heard "You there, freeze!" and so I like kind of froze. It's like, put your hands up. So it's like turn around, and I turn around, and it's like stay right there. So I stayed there, and I kind of wondered what did I do? What am I doing? I actually thought I had accidentally trespassed or something. Police officers came up, and they flash the flashlight in my eyes. It's like, sir, you on drugs? It's like, no. It's like, drunk? No. You publicly urinating? It's like, no. And he like said, so may I ask you what you're doing out here? And I was like, I'm playing Pokemon Go, officer. Two officers kind of looked at each other and, immediately like one of them put the flashlight away as I kind of realized what was going on. It's like, that game? Yeah, it's like, can I see your phone? Sure, officer. He grabbed the phone, looked at it, and he handed it back to me. And it's like, do you know why we called you? Was that the term you used? It's a little blank at this point. I'm like, am I trespassing? And the officer was like, technically no, I don't see any no trespassing signs, but you were just standing there in the shadow, and we just wanted to make sure you weren't doing something that you shouldn't be doing. Like, okay, I'm sorry, officer. Were you aware of where you were? I'm like, I was aware I was on dirt, sir, near a fence. And he's like, okay, well, be careful about that at night. Looked a little suspicious. That's the only reason we, wanted to talk to you. It's like, all right, thanks, officer. And he's like, all right, now catch your Pokemon or whatever, and why don't you go home? It's like, okay, officer. For the record, the Snorlax escaped because of that encounter. But, hey, I guess at least I didn't go to jail, right? So, that's probably going to be a story that's just going to be like a real funny one to share for a long time. But if there's a lesson to be learned in all of this, be aware of where you're playing Pokemon Go, especially at night. If the cops actually stop you, you're unlikely to get hurt, obviously. But it's not a fun thing to go through anyway, and again, I'm not mad at the cops. I probably looked suspicious, but when they found out I wasn't doing anything illegal or wrong, they more or less, let me go. And, try to be as nice about it as possible without, because I don't think police officers can, for the most part, say, oh, geez, we're terribly sorry, it was our mistake. They have to kind of save face to show that they're still doing their job. And, I respect them for that. So, but I'm curious now, have any of you out there ever been stopped by the cops for playing Pokemon Go? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. And remember, It's time to have the revenge of the fifth.